So, you're thinking about diving into the world of freelancing in 2026? Awesome! Whether you want a little side hustle or you're dreaming of going all in, it can feel, well, a little overwhelming. We've taken all the best advice and boiled it down into a super simple roadmap to get you from square one to your first paying client in just 1 month. So if you're ready to make that leap, let's do this.
Okay, first things first, we gotta tackle the biggest question on everyone's mind. Is it just too late? With everyone and their cousin freelancing, has that ship already sailed?
I'm sure you've heard the noise online, right? Oh, the market is totally saturated. AI is taking all the jobs. It's honestly enough to make you want to give up before you even start.
But here's the thing. When you ignore all that chatter and actually look at the hard data, a very different and much more exciting story starts to unfold. The numbers don't lie.
So let's talk about the real opportunity that's out there for you in 2026. Because, spoiler alert, the demand for skilled people like you isn't shrinking. Oh no, it's absolutely exploding.
Just look at this projection for freelance platforms. The market size is expected to more than double in just 5 years. This isn't a fad, it's a fundamental shift in how companies work. They're realizing it's smarter to hire specialized talent for specific projects than to keep everyone on a full-time payroll.
And this isn't some small niche thing either. In the US alone, a whopping 38% of the entire workforce did some freelance work last year. It's not the exception anymore. It's becoming the norm.
So when we strip it all down, what does being a freelancer in 2026 really mean? It's simple. You're the boss. You pick what you're good at, you find people who need that skill, you do the work, and you get paid. You are in the driver's seat.
But before we dive into the action plan, we need to have a quick reality check. Seriously, getting your head straight about this from day one is maybe the most important thing you can do to actually succeed long-term.
So many people think being your own boss means working 2 hours a day from a beach. The reality? You're not just the talent anymore. You're the CEO, you're the sales team, you're the marketing department, and you're the bookkeeper. And that steady paycheck? Yeah, that's gone. Your income is going to be a roller coaster at first. You got to embrace the grind now to earn the freedom later.
And here's what that grind actually looks like. Those first couple of months, it's all about learning, building, and probably working for free or cheap just to get samples. Then, around months 3 to 6, you start to feel a little momentum. You get a client or two. It's usually not until 6, maybe even 12 months of consistent work that going full-time even becomes a real possibility.
Okay, with our expectations firmly planted in reality, let's get into the good stuff. The actual, practical, step-by-step plan. This is your roadmap to skip about 90% of the mistakes that every other beginner makes.
Before you do a single thing, I need you to burn this idea into your brain. The 80-20 rule. It basically says that 80% of your results will come from just 20% of your work. So for a new freelance writer, that 20% isn't learning a million complex SEO tricks. No, it's just getting really, really good at writing clearly. Focus on the fundamentals first.
So here it is, your 30-day sprint. Week 1, you're going to pick a skill you want to offer and just master the basics. Week 2, build a super simple portfolio, just a few projects to show what you can do. Week 3, get yourself set up on platforms like Upwork or LinkedIn, places where clients are actually hanging out. And week 4, that's go time. It's all about reaching out and landing that first client.
Now, let's zoom in on that last week, because let's be honest, landing that first client is the single biggest wall every beginner runs into. So how do you actually break through it?
All right, here's a piece of advice that might actually surprise you. Your first client probably isn't some big, faceless company you find online. It's much more likely to be a local business right in your town. The coffee shop, the gym, the local realtor. Why? Because if you can prove you can sell your services face-to-face, it's the best practice you'll ever get for selling them online. This is a huge unlock.
Now, once you do start looking online, there are really only 2 ways to get clients. There's outbound, which is you actively going out and finding them, and there's inbound, which is when they find you. As a beginner, guess where you're going to spend your time? Yep, it's going to be almost 100% outbound.
And these right here are your best friends for that outbound push. Sending DMs on Instagram, writing cold emails, connecting on LinkedIn, joining niche Facebook groups, and of course, sending proposals on sites like Upwork. And a quick tip here, for the love of all that is good, personalize the first 2 sentences of your proposal. Nothing screams beginner like a generic copy and paste message.
Getting that first client is a huge, huge win. You should definitely celebrate it. But it's just the starting line. So now, let's talk about how you turn that one win into a stable, long-term career.
To go from just being a freelancer to actually running a business, you have to start thinking like a business owner. That means building systems, checklists, templates, anything that makes you more efficient. It means aiming for retainer clients who pay you a set amount every month for consistent income. And eventually, it means scaling by adding new services or even outsourcing little tasks.
Here's kind of what that whole journey can look like over the long haul. Year 1 is all about building your foundation and your reputation. Then, years 2 and 3, that's your growth phase. You're raising your rates, you're getting more specialized, and by year 5 and beyond, the goal is to be seen as an authority, where the absolute best clients are the ones coming to you.
So, we've laid it all out for you. The massive opportunity, the dose of reality, and the exact 30-day action plan. But, all the information in the world doesn't mean anything without action. Every single successful freelancer you look up to started exactly where you are right now, at zero. They just took the first step. So, the only question left is, are you ready to take yours?